Can you tell me, walk through me how this fight came about? Was it, Global Titans who got in touch with you, or, did you make yourself available for this fight?
So how it come about, obviously, look, a couple of years ago, obviously, after a meeting with the British Boxing Board of Control, got my license. Obviously, had to show them my amateur career and stuff. So I got a license a couple of years back. Didn't end up boxing, just due to other commitments and an injury, stuff like that. I went back to training, and I said, look, obviously, I've got my license. Obviously, I want to make my debut. So I went and had a meeting with Francis Warren, and the original plan was to, just box on a couple of small hall shows and stuff like that, just to, shake off the ring rust or whatever. But I can't believe he pulled this out the bag. So it was when I got the phone call, I was obviously expecting, here's a date for one of our shows on whatever the undercard may be. But when he said that, I was like, oh my God, wow. So yeah, the original plan was just to get back out there, just fight at York or wherever, and then obviously, he managed to pull this off as my first one signed with Francis Warren.
So I presume there was no reservations on your side. It was just all guns blazing. Yes, let's do it.
Oh, 100%. I mean, you'd have to be mad to turn that down. Do you know what I mean? And I've said before, I mean, even just, having your name, in the same article that Floyd Mayweather's in, you know what I mean? It's surreal. And obviously it's really exciting, and a massive opportunity as well. A massive stage to have your debut on. So, absolutely buzzing, you know what I mean?
I was reading the Daily Mirror article that you spoke with them before this fight, and you mentioned that if you can't obviously get a win over him, you might as well pack it in. I'm just wondering, are you feeling that confident about this bout? I know we've already seen him lose to Tommy Fury and things like that, and you must be feeling quite confident.
Look, I'll be honest. I wouldn't have took. I could have took so many more easier fights. I could have gone, do you know what? Look, I haven't boxed in 7 years. I'm gonna do a couple of small shows, shake off the ring rust, and fight someone easier. But look, I genuinely believe in my ability, and the people I spar every week, I would put them above Anthony Taylor. I'd put them above Anthony Taylor. And even my last fight, the guy I boxed in my last fight, right? And obviously that was at the same weight, and obviously, but 7 years ago, he went and won the Haringey Box Cup after that. You know what I mean? I didn't get the result I wanted, but we had a good, hard, competitive fight. You know what I mean? And that kid was a good kid. So I've been in with quality over the years. It's been sporadic, but I've been in with quality over the years. So I believe in myself. I've boxed all different kind of styles as well. So I think my style suits this fight perfectly. I think it suits this fight like perfect. I mean, I couldn't have made the style any more better for me.
And I was obviously looking, you had quite a lengthy amateur record. I wasn't even aware of that. 18, yeah. I come to this sort of 18 wins from 26 bouts.
So 26, 118. Yeah, I mean, I was boxing all over the country from like sort of 14. I've just always done it. It's always been in me. And even when I wasn't boxing, as in I wasn't active, I was always in and out of the gym. I was always in and out of the gym, always training, always on the pads, always on the bags, because be honest, normal gym, I find it quite boring. So the only way I knew how to train was to box. So, it's not something that I've just out of nowhere gone, I know what I want to do. I want to be a boxer. It's something that I've always wanted to do. And what better way to kickstart it? Do you know what I mean?
For people who've never seen you in the ring, what do you think they can expect? Are you the sort of fighter who goes in from round one? Are you a little bit more defensive? What can people expect?
I'm good. I can adapt. Put it that way. I can adapt, and I think that just comes with a little bit of experience. And I think people are going to be shocked as that I won't look like it won't look like what's the word? It won't look like I've just stepped in off of the, a reality TV person. It will look like actually this geezer knows what he's doing. Do you know what I mean? And I'll be able to adapt to anything that's put in front of me. And that's part of being in the amateurs, to be honest, because everyone's constantly, you know what I mean? You sometimes you turn up to shows as a spare, didn't you? And then you used to get on the show and you'd fight. And sometimes you'd fight 3 times in a week against 3 different boys. You know what I mean? So I think it comes with a little bit of experience. So I can adapt. I wouldn't say that I'm one style. Do you know what I mean? And also you've got to remember this is, the pro game is a lot different to amateurs. So sometimes, you might settle into a new style because obviously amateurs very, pitter patter and very counter punchy, whereas that pros ain't so much that. So I'm still sort of discovering it a bit more myself now. You know what I mean? Being in the training as a pro.
Your opponent, Anthony Taylor, he was on that the Zone X series recently, and you're just watching that. Many people may associate that sort of fighting with this one coming up, but I think there's a massive difference, isn't it? Those kids who are fighting on those shows, you can tell that there's some people turning around midway through the fights and things like that. But with you, at least we have some experience, prior knowledge, some skill.
And this was the thing, right? And I said this before, so I think like I kind of would, the way boxing's going in a minute, you've got like the influencer boxing and all that, and the YouTube boxing. I would say that I fit in both the categories because obviously, look, I've got a pro license. I've done it since I've been a kid. I've got experience in the ring already, and it's not going to look shit, if I'm honest. It's not going to look crap. It's, it looks like, you can say, oh, he knows what he's doing. You're actually watching someone that knows how to box. But then I also would fit into like the influencer YouTube boxing kind of thing, purely because I've done TV and, having a couple of million followers on social media and stuff like that. So I think that makes it more interesting.
Yeah.
You know what I
mean? Your opponent, he knocked somebody out, in 3 seconds. It didn't look good at all. The guy he was in with, I don't know what he, it didn't look good.
I didn't even watch it, to be honest, but then I watched it after and I thought you've caught him with a good shot, but then you should have, what did you do after? It was, I don't know. Yeah, it's just you. If anything, you should be doing that to people. Look, he's had 5 pros, whatever it is. He was ex-MMA, whatever it is. He's fit as a fiddle. You should be beating people like that anyway. So it's not like a shock. And I don't like, and I don't. You're all, the shouting after. I want this person next, calling people out after something like that. You shouldn't. That's not the way you should be acting, I don't think.
And you spoke a little bit about that you had the deal with Boxer, obviously, I think back in 2020. When you had the car accident, did you think that was it for boxing with regards to your girl? Did you always know that?
I just sort of thought to myself, do you know what? Maybe it's written in the stars. Maybe I shouldn't be doing it. I've had the accident. And it was annoying. It was like a couple of weeks before, and my nose was splattered, and I had to go to hospital and had an operation on it. Then obviously after that, it was 6 months of no contact sport. So it was almost like, so then by that time, obviously I had other commitments, television and whatnot, and, brand deals and that. So I just thought, well, this has got to be put to one side. But I think it's just always been in my head. And I thought, I need to fight again. At least just to see for myself, if anything, is it still in me? Do you know what I mean? And I think sometimes you've got to do it to think, do I really want to do this? But as it lays, it's all I think about. Like it's my whole life at the minute. But it's like, I think for me, I just needed to get back in there because I was almost like I've left it unfinished. I'd left it unfinished then, Yeah.
Now that you've sort of entered this boxing picture again, there's the one fight that looks to me a mega fight for British viewers, especially, would be you and possibly Tommy Fury down the road. Is that something you've ever thought about? Something like that?
Yeah, cool.
People have been on TV before. That'd be really interesting.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, of course I thought about it, but the way I look at it at the minute is that even though this is not my first fight, as in for me, to everyone watching, this is essentially my first fight. So I think it just looks ridiculous when you start calling people out and saying who you want to fight next when you've not even had your first one. So I think after I've had my first one, people see how I performed. I see how I performed. then I can start thinking about, right, what do I want to do with this? Who do I want to fight next? What do I want to do? Then I think I've got a right to say, I want to fight this person. I want to fight that person. I think at this stage, I think it's hard to go, no, I want to start calling this person out, calling that person out, because you look like an idiot. Do you know what I mean? And that's how I look at it.
And just lastly, now, obviously, Floyd Mayweather is topping the bill. Are you a fan of Floyd? You must be a boxing fan, right? So, can you tell me, you got any favorite memories of Floyd Mayweather fighting, or are you looking forward to meeting him?
I'm an absolutely huge fan of Mayweather. I actually, it was a night with Tyson Fury. He was doing a speech, and they'd done an auction at the end, and I bought a signed Floyd Mayweather WBC belt, which is up in the house. So always looking at Floyd. But you just like, and he's the best. There isn't, and there's arguments to people, you know, that this person better, that person better. Like, I'm talking, you know, different eras. I don't think anyone is better or will be better than Floyd. He's just amazing. I don't even think he's been hurt by a shot, really. Like, even a shot. I mean, never even been put on his arse, which is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So yeah, I'm a massive fan of Floyd, and I just want to rub shoulders with him, even just to say, if I come out of it with a picture, just want a picture of me and Floyd. Do you know what I mean? And I'll be happy. I'd love that. It's got to happen. I just want a picture of me and Floyd. You know what I mean? I want it. Yeah.